G'day guys, welcome to Tim Monday. It's been pretty awesome watching all of the videos and how everyone is kind of contributing to a community thing, and I'm really looking forward to all the content we're going to be making over the next year. It's going to be pretty awesome and just super excited. Today I want to talk about politics because Australian elections are coming up, but I wanted to do it in a different way. Because the fact is, politics in real life are really, really boring. Incredibly boring and slow, and the processes are very regulated, and there's nothing interesting that ever happens in them. However, politics in literature and in creative worlds are just pretty awesome, and I'm talking movies, games, books, everything. So the best example of politics in literature is probably Panem from the Hunger Games series. Panem is run by one party, which makes it a one-party authoritarian regime, similar to what's happening in North Korea and China at the moment. Panem comes from the Latin word bread, as in bread and circuses. This is a direct comment on governments making entertainment a distraction from real issues. So the Hunger Games is an entire big elaborate setup so that people never pay attention to what the government's actually doing. So that was quite common in Rome, and so that was called Panem et Circenses, I think. My pronunciation isn't top notch. A good example of politics within movies would probably be Star Wars. You have both the Republic and the Empire. So you have the Empire, which was a central government on Coruscant, which had control over colonies in several areas, which didn't have as much say as the Emperor. The Emperor is somewhat of a monarch, but at the same time, he isn't voted in through his lineage, however, but he is taken in as an authoritarian leader. There's also examples of weird, messed up political systems, such as those from Westeros in Game of Thrones, which is actually an absolute monarchy running under a feudalist system. I don't want to really go into explaining what all that means, but essentially it means you have one absolute ruler who commands over lords and ladies, and those lords and ladies literally own the people who serve them. One system has confused me, and it's probably because I have my lack of knowledge. Even though I've read all the Harry Potter books, I can't distinctly remember anything in particular, is the Ministry of Magic from the Harry Potter series. They have a ministry, so they have different areas, but they never talk about wizard elections or any wizard sort of democratic system. There are discussions of tribunals and in a really effective but not effective court system, but there's never any discussion about is there a democratic chamber? Is it a theocracy? Is it a one-party state? That's something that never talks about, and I admire that from Rowling. The fact that she never decided to comment on politics in particular, but as a whole, all politics. But I was just wondering if any of you Harry Potter nerds out there could just come up and tell me, or make a video, or just comment below, just explain to me what system that'd be under. I would love to know, because that's just such an interesting thing. So here's my question for you. If you were to create a book and put a political system within that book, what would it be? Would it be a sort of whoever's got the most power, whoever's got the most money? Or would it be a benevolent dictator or a malevolent dictator? Would it be an ultimate democracy where everybody gets the vote on everything? Or would it be a representative democracy? Would it be a monarchy? Pretty much anything. So how are decisions made in your fantasy world? I look forward to your video tomorrow, Sam, and thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a very good night.